Guys, here is the teaser for my very first exclusive variant with Dynamite Comics. This Vampirella variant will be crowdfunded through Indiegogo. You can RSVP right now using the link in the description. We're going to have all types of tiers like trade dress, virgin, black and white, CGC 9.8 options. So go ahead and RSVP now. What's up, Geminites? It's your boy Gem Mint. We are here with another recent reads. Today we're going to look at Blade of the Immortal, the Deluxe Edition Volume 1 by Dark Horse. But before we get started, don't go paying retail for these books. Check out our sponsor, cheapgraphicnovels.com. They sell them up to 50% off cover price with immaculate packaging and super fast shipping with excellent customer service to boot. They also have a bargain bin where you can get titles up to 90% off cover price. Plus, if you mention Mint Collectibles in the memo at checkout, your next order will have free shipping as long as you're in the United States. So give them a shot, cheapgraphicnovels.com. First of all, I want to give a shout out to Dark Horse Comics for introducing me to the world of manga through these deluxe editions, through Berserk, Hellsing, and now Blade of the Immortal. As somebody who didn't grow up reading manga or watching anime, I always had this vision in my head that they were very kiddie and made for a younger audience. But they are printing 90s material that is definitely very mature. I mean, Berserk, come on, Hellsing, all these books are in that same type of category with violence and adult situations and stuff that's more up my alley. So my first time reading this book, this first deluxe edition contains the first 3 volumes of the original manga. There are 30 volumes total, so that means there will be 10 of these deluxe editions to complete the entire run. And after reading volume 1, I think I'm going to keep giving them a shot. This book has a cover price of $49.99. The construction of this book is amazing. I love how they make these manga in oversized format, so bigger than the traditional manga you would normally have. Now, Blade of the Immortal is the only manga out of the 3 that I mentioned that is read from left to right. And the reason being is that the creator, is it Hiroaki Samura? I'm probably not pronouncing that correctly. He helped translate this to English when it was first printed in the US, and he didn't want to just mirror the pages and change the boxes. He literally changed artwork in order to make this more adaptable and accessible for American readers. So I know a lot of collectors are upset that this isn't in its traditional format, but when I found out that the creator had so much input in converting it, I felt a little bit more respect for it. Okay, the creator wanted it this way for us. I guess at that time, it was too much for Americans to read right to left. So that is one little tidbit about this book. Construction is amazing. The ribbon lifts up. The pages are sewn tightly in here so that nothing is coming out loose. No glue is coming loose. There's no gutter loss. You have a lot of give. You have a ribbon for a bookmark. And you have amazing artwork here. Before we jump into the overhead shots, I'm going to give a quick synopsis of this book, and I don't think you have to really worry about spoilers here. So far, we have 2 main characters. We have Manji, who is the immortal that the book is referring to, and we have Rin. So Manji kind of did some bad things. He kind of killed some people close to him that he shouldn't have, his sister's husband, and he's done some bad things. So in order to atone for it, he's got to kill 1,000 criminals in order to repent. Now, he has been given something from another immortal, a little old lady, called bloodworms, which essentially gives him a healing factor. So he really reminds me a lot of Wolverine in this sense that he's not the best fighter, and he's careless because he can regenerate. So he can get limbs cut off, he can get impaled. But he'll typically always win, so far at least. Even though, like Wolverine, he'll be a bloodied mess and he'll really get beat the hell up to get that W. Then we have Rin. Rin is the child of a family that was murdered. There's this big overarching story of this clan learning all the knowledge from all the dojos and then killing everybody there so that the knowledge ends with them. Anyway, Rin is out for revenge, and she hires Manji as her Yojimbo, which is Japanese for her bodyguard. So she's paying him to help her get revenge on her family's killers. So that's basically the gist of it. There are some supernatural aspects to here, obviously the bloodworms, but you have some berserk type characters. I'm not going to give any spoilers, but let's just say the first big bad boss fight here gave me Berserk vibes, right? So it's up my alley. I'm digging it. I like the dialogue is written in such a way where it's kind of like slang. It feels like natural, that the way that these people talk. It doesn't feel like I'm reading something foreign that I can't relate to, or even that it has like a more traditional dialogue. It's very slangy, and they kind of give you a little explanation of that in the introduction of this book. So let's go ahead and crack this open. We'll take a look at the artwork. We'll look at some of the story, and we'll go from there. All right, so let's jump into it. So it has a kind of faux leather feel to it. You can see here, I like the square picture on the front, just like Berserk and Hellsing, same type of book. And I left this on just so I can remember the cover price. I usually rip those stickers off. So like I said, it reads from left to right, so that might be more accessible for some of you that are not really into reading manga. I know the black and white is kind of a deterrent as well for some people, but I always like black and white. You realize with black and white, you get a lot more detail than if it was colored. Now, I'm glad I read this part about the translation, about the swastika, right? Because as the grandson of a Holocaust survivor, if my grandfather caught me reading something like this, he would be like, what the hell are you reading? But I knew the swastika was something that was long before the Nazis. It's just a symbol that they adopted. So it explains kind of like what this is, and that it means welfare, and that it's not really a swastika. I think the feet are even in a different direction. So I kind of appreciated that, because I would have looked at this like, what the heck is that? What's going on here? And I like the artwork. It's mature. I hear that the artwork is some of the best in the biz, and like most of these mangas from the 90s, it gets better as you go along. But here you can see guys shooting at all types of weapons. Manji impaled, bloody. His opponent is shocked that he's not dead yet, and that kind of seems to be a trope that continues throughout here. And I like it when they have these kind of big splash scenes, kind of like at the climax of a fight. It almost reminds me of like a Street Fighter Super, like an art super. You know what I'm talking about? Just moving forward, this is the little old lady that infused Manji with the blood worms, making him essentially immortal. Here's another battle at night. Here's Rin, I believe. Yeah. So Rin is cool. Rin is like the daughter of a master swordsman, right? And in that day and age, the daughters don't take up the sword. That's something that just the sons do. So she was always kind of like, I don't know if I want to say disowned, or it was frowned upon that she was a fighter. So I mean, she's not the best fighter. She can hold her own right now, but I'm assuming she gets better as the story goes along. So yeah, here's a good example of like the type of detail you get with black and white manga. You can get a lot of movement with the line work. I enjoy it. All these mangas are a good read. I mean, it's mostly dialogue, not a lot of narration, not a lot of exposition. And that, I feel like, is a big deterrent for American comics for me. Like, I don't want the big square of exposition, and narration. So, I definitely enjoyed it. I still think, man, it sucks that I read Berserk first, because I compare everything to Berserk, and nothing really comes close. I mean, it comes close, but it's not in the same level, in my opinion. But that's pretty much everything for the overview here. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed my review of the Blade of the Immortal. Remember, we have a big giveaway going on right now. We're giving away 3 prizes once we hit our next milestone. So check out the details on how you could enter. All you have to do to enter the giveaway is be subscribed to the channel, leave a like on this video, and comment below. Once we hit 97,500 subscribers, we're going to pick a random video where I promoted this giveaway and draw a winner based on a YouTube random comment generator during one of our live streams. You'll be able to tell when the winner is drawn because the live stream will say the subscriber number and giveaway in the title. So make sure that you're subscribed, leave a like and a comment, and good luck. As always, I appreciate you guys watching. Don't click away from the video just yet. Hit the playlist to the right. Check out my other recent reads, and you guys stay minty fresh.